So today we're gonna have the Moto G7 Power a few months later. Stay tuned. So as you saw in the intro of this video here, we're going to be talking about the Moto G7 Power, and Power is a suiting name for this device here because it has the battery capacity to last a very long time. Now when I say a very long time, I mean in terms of a day, 2 days, even 3 days in some cases. It depends on your usage and what you're trying to get out of the device. So on average, I would say I can get about 6 to 7, maybe 8 hours of screen on time on a daily basis, and that's me using the device extremely heavy. I'm talking full brightness, downloading applications, uploading videos, things like that, all on the mobile network. This device is definitely the one to get if you're looking for something that can last all day. So let's talk about the internal specs. We got 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage, a Snapdragon 632 in this device, which is a mid-range processor, or in this case maybe a budget processor, who knows. This CPU itself performs really well. It's a very nice complement on top of the battery being at the capacity of 5,000 milliamp hours. So if you're ever looking to buy this phone here, the device itself has USB Type-C, and it does come equipped with a turbocharging brick from Motorola, and it can charge the device from 0 to 50% in about 30 minutes. It just all depends, give or take, maybe about 30-35 minutes, but pretty fast. Another thing that the device does have and does come equipped with is a headphone jack, something that's pretty ancient in today's time because a lot of manufacturers are deciding to skip the headphone jack for whatever reason. Maybe because it's a trend, maybe it's because they want to, who knows. Another positive thing with this device here, and this has nothing to do with the performance, it's the aesthetics, how the device looks, how it feels in the hands, the ergonomics. The device looks really good. It's this marine blue color that Motorola is calling it, and it's beautiful. I'm not sure that the back is plastic or glass. It's pretty shiny, and it's definitely a fingerprint magnet. So if you're looking to rock this device with no case, make sure you keep a microfiber cloth on deck because you're definitely gonna need it to keep that thing clean. So it's definitely not all power when it comes to the Moto G7, and that's because it has cameras like any other modern smartphone in today's time. The camera in the back is a 12 megapixel sensor, and it's capable of shooting 4K video, 1080p 60 frames per second, 30 frames at 1080p, and 720p at 30 frames as well. So the camera in the back is definitely capable of getting your video footage that you would need. It has a micro SD card slot for expansion. So if you are shooting 4K video, you can throw a 256 gigabyte card inside and record all day. Front facing camera is 8 megapixels and has HDR. Now the overall performance with these cameras on this device is pretty good. Nothing you wouldn't expect from a budget phone, and the only reason I say that is because the phone itself is about 219 bucks. Not too many phones you can buy these days that has a camera at that price range that's worth talking about or performs as though it's a top level camera. It's definitely a camera that can get the job done. You could take some pictures, but sometimes the coloring on the camera isn't the best. For example, I was taking a picture of some fries and I had some ketchup on the fries, and the red came out to look a little bit more violet, more so on the purplish side as opposed to red. So I'm not sure if that's a camera issue or something that can be fixed with an update, but Motorola, if you're watching this video, yeah, that's something that's not cool. So overall, the performance of this device is pretty good. I love the way it performs. I edit videos, I don't edit videos. I edit photos on this device with Photoshop, Adobe Photo Express, Lightroom, all that. And the device always does what it's supposed to do. It lags out from time to time, and I think that's a symptom of it having 3 gigs of RAM as opposed to 4. I think that extra gigabyte of RAM would have been perfect for this device, and the international model, the one that has 4 gigs of RAM, should have been something that came to the US. The Moto G7 Power is definitely a great device. If you're looking to pick one up, I'll say go ahead and do it. There's nothing to think about. You're getting good performance in the CPU, you're getting good battery life, you got USB Type-C for charging, a headphone jack in case you actually need it. All that stuff is there, and the device is packing a 6.2 inch HD Plus display. So what does that mean? HD Plus is just a screen that's a little bit bigger than the average HD screen. So as opposed to it being 1280 by 720, the device is actually 1440 by 720, and it has the 19 by 9 aspect ratio. So that means the device has a notch, has a hairline, has a unibrow, whatever you want to call it, it has one of those. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't look terrible on the device, but I definitely seen some notches that are smaller, and it's like the tiny camera cutout. But I also seen some phones with no notches. But this is not one of those phones. We're not going to dwell on that. That's a waste of time. You got your volume up and down keys on the right side of the device. You have your power button that's rigid, so you will be able to tell the difference between each, no issues. And with using the phone on Verizon, which I have for the past several months, the connection with this device is excellent. I don't really have drop calls. I don't really miss text messages, any of that BS. The phone performs really well when it comes to data connection, and I'm loving it. You got a phone that costs 220 bucks, unlocked. It has a camera on the back that's capable of shooting 4K video. You have 32 gigs of internal storage, 3 gigs of RAM, USB Type-C, a 6.2-inch HD Plus display with the Snapdragon 632 inside of the device, and it has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Yeah, I'm talking about the Moto G7 Power. If you want to get one, the link will be in the description below, but let me know in the comment section. Do you like the Moto G7 Power? Is it your favorite out of the G7 lineup this year? Me personally, I haven't got the G7, the regular budget model, if that makes any sense. I haven't got that device yet, so it's hard for me to say so, but so far, I am enjoying this phone. And I'm probably gonna end up liking this G7 Power a little bit more than the G7 if I get my hands on one, only because the battery life in it is insane. But be sure to share this video with your friends and family and let them know that not all Android cameras suck. It is just not true. But until then, my name is Max the Rock. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day, y'all. Deuces.